Yo then guys, and welcome back to another video. Now today we are going to be doing something a little bit different from normal. Essentially what we've got here is a free personality test. We go through a bunch of different questions. It says it's going to take less than 12 minutes, and then essentially it's just going to give us a review of what we are and what we're like in life. So yeah, just very quickly, I do want to say I took this video from Mini Minter, the second channel MM7 Games. So if you want to go check that video out, I'll leave a link in the description. Yeah, back onto the video. Let's just jump straight into it. So it says, fast and easy, takes less than 12 minutes. Be yourself, answer honestly, even if you don't like the answer, which is probably going to be the case for quite a few of these. And complete it all. Try not to leave any neutral answers. Okay, let's just get straight into this. So, you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a massive introvert, so disagree. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Do I? You know, I probably do. Yeah, I definitely do. I really do. Yeah, no, we'll agree with that one. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Yes. Yeah, 100%. When you go traveling, I don't want to go, right, I'm going to do this today at this exact minute, and then I'm going to do I just can't be asked. I'm just going on holiday. I do what I want when I want. Simple as that. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it's taken place. To an extent, probably. Yeah, I'll go slightly agree. Because I don't do it all the time, but in some conversations I definitely do. Especially arguments. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally and not try to solve their problem. I don't know. In some cases, I feel like I do go to solve their problem. Just because I think I can. But I mean, if I can't solve their problem, then I'm going to support them emotionally. So I'll go slightly agree again. People can rarely upset you. What do we mean by upset? Is that like anger or just like sadness? Because if it's anger, it doesn't really take a lot. I mean, literally, I've just been on Twitter and just seen some disgusting stuff. And that angered me. So I'm going to go with upset being like emotional, like sad. And I'm going to go agree, because not many things can actually make me sad at this point. Well, not many people can make me sad. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Not really. No. I'll go slightly disagree, because sometimes I am feeling a little bit anxious, and so I stay out of the way of people. But most of the time, I can create a conversation and I can keep it going. Obviously, if people aren't giving me the same, like, responses back, like, how are you? Good. Cool. Same. Thanks for asking. I'm going to dead the conversation and not talk to them. But if it's an equal conversation where the other person's giving back to me, then I can keep it going. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get it back on track as soon as possible. I'd like to say so, but maybe not. I'm slowly getting there. I feel like I am putting my plans ahead of most things now, which is good. I'm going to slightly disagree, though, just because for a long, long time it wasn't the case. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. Rarely. This is where it's going to get deep. I've got to disagree. I'm slowly getting to the point of what people think of me isn't my problem. Because it's not. I'm going to act myself. If you don't get on with that, that's fine. That's your problem to sort out within yourself. If you want to surround yourself with me, go for it. If you don't, because you don't like that, then that's absolutely fine as well. I'm slowly getting there. But it's been quite a few times where I've met people and they've essentially just blocked me straight after. And after quite a few people have done that, you start to wonder if it is you, if there is something wrong with you. But no, at the end of the day, you be you, and people will either accept you for you, which is the best kind of friend that you can have, and they will stay around, or they don't like you for you and they won't be around. And that way you don't have to fake who you are to get friends or to be friends with a certain person. It will be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored, not in the slightest. I won't lie, ladies and gentlemen, I love my own company. That's not to say I don't like the company of other people. I love my own company though. I could quite easily spend a whole weekend, if not a whole week, alone. Sure, I get in my thoughts. Sure, I'd have some downtime, like, down days where I'm depressed and I feel a little bit insecure. But you know what? That's kind of that's a good part about it, because you can get in your own thoughts and you can get depressed and you can really have some time alone where you think out your thoughts. So yeah, that's kind of like a good time to grow as a person, when you realize that maybe you aren't happy where you are, or maybe you are, and that's great. So I'm going to fully disagree with that one. You are more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture type of person. Yeah, to be fair, I am, because most recently I've started to plan my videos out and just proper look into things that I want to do, rather than just have an idea and not even plan it and just go for it. I think that's what that means. Give me a sec. Yeah, attention to detail. Yeah, so I do like to put in the extra effort now. Before I didn't. So I'm going to go slightly agree, just because I'm slowly changing. I've realised I'm a changing person currently. I've said that I'm slowly changing a lot. You are very affectionate with people you care about. I am. I'm there for people that I care about. I'm there for them. They can talk to me about whatever. They can ask me whatever. I'm an open book to people that I care about. And yeah, I'm going to hype them up. I'm going to give them compliments. I'm going to make them feel good about themselves and be there for when they don't feel good about themselves. So I guess, yeah. You have a careful and methodical approach to life, not in the slightest. Literally, whatever will be, will be. I come in, I wake up every day, I come to the office, I do my shit, and that's it. I don't wake up and go, right, today we're going to make sure we do this exact amount of stuff. It's just, I don't know. Cool, plan your day, plan stuff that you want to do, not to the extent where you have every single minute planned out. You got to be spontaneous. Anyway, yeah, no, disagree. You are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Not really. I don't really think about the mistakes I've made, to be honest. You make the mistakes, you learn from the mistakes, you move on. The past is the past. You can't change it. No point in dwelling on it. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Correct. I'm introverted. I stay away from the crowd, if you will. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Not in the slightest. Literally not in the slightest. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalogue. I mean, who doesn't? Can I just say that? If you don't, you're weird. If you go, I'm going to go on Netflix today. Right, cool, Netflix. What movie shall we watch? First one. Oh, that's a good movie. Cool, let's watch it. No. No, you spend at least 5 to 10 minutes, checking your movie. You want to watch something that you know will entertain you. Simple as. You ain't just going to pick the first thing. That's not okay. So yeah, 100%. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. Yes and no. I know the whole saying goes calm and composed, but I feel like I'm composed, but not not calm. I'm not stressing. I'm not running around the room like everything's fucked. I'm not that kind of mad, but I stress a little bit, but I can stay composed. I can stay on it. We're going to go, yeah, slightly agree. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping into a conversation. Yep, cool. Definitely disagree with that. Totally disagree. What can I say? I'm socially anxious. Can't do that shit. I'd love to be able to do that, but yeah. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. Not gonna lie, can't remember the last time I had a dream. I'm gonna disagree with that one. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in your life. Nope, not in the slightest. Step on others gives you a kind of meaning of you're fucking people over, which is not okay. At the end of the day, you can both succeed. That's it. I have met a lot of people in my life that don't like it when someone else is more successful than them. If someone else is more successful than them and you are jealous of that, then work harder. It's not difficult. It's not hard. They've worked in their life and they've had a little bit of luck, but they've worked hard. And that's that. And you haven't worked as hard as them. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. This has definitely happened more to me in recent times. Recently, I've just been coming to the office. I've been getting my work done, playing a couple games, and then going home. Whereas before, I'd be here for about 10 hours a day, and I would just go on Facebook and Twitter and watch YouTube videos and eat and chill, which isn't the reason I got the office for. So I'll slightly agree, because I'm only just getting onto that, which is good. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Now, that's not really the case with the YouTube stuff, but definitely singing wise. If I'm singing and I'm making a cover and I think it's banging as I'm singing it, and then I go back and I listen to it, and I'm very harsh on myself. So if one note's out, it's over, it's being deleted, and I will just get onto the mindset of I'm shit, so I should stop. So we'll go slightly agree, because it's not with everything, but it is with some things. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Agree. Unless I'm introduced to them. I'll go agree, not 100%, just because if I'm introduced to them, then I can't speak. I'll have a little conversation with them. Next. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical, not in the slightest. I wish I had more people in my life that I could get philosophical with. I have a couple, but I don't really get into like a deep, meaningful conversation with them, which I definitely need to do more. So I'm going to go disagree, because I want to get into a discussion more often about philosophical shit. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. I don't know why it's such a big problem. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't cry in front of other people, but I don't know why it's such a big thing and why nobody, or not many people do, because we all cry. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. But for some reason, quite a few of us always just hide ourselves away when crying. I will go agree. Obviously, I've cried in front of people when you've hurt yourself, or you're just, you're really fucking upset. But yeah, if I can help it, I don't. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than some more quiet and intimate ones. Not in the slightest. Unfortunately, as I say, I'm very much in my shell and just, I try to stay in the shadows a little bit. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future? I do. I'm not going to lie. It absolutely just fascinates and baffles me. Like, in 50 years, what is this place going to look like? You know what I mean? Like, it's actually ridiculous. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. Yeah, I need to get better with that, because sometimes your heart is just not the right thing to listen to. Obviously, you need to listen to different things at different times. There's certain situations where you need to listen to your heart rather than your head, because your head is like, in your head you're angry, like you're fucking annoyed with something, but in your heart you realize that deep down this person is a good person and you shouldn't get annoyed with them. But in other situations, they're a very toxic person, and the only reason you're keeping them around is because your heart is either has feelings for them or just really, really wants them around and don't want to lose them as a friend. So you do need them, you need them both at different times, but I definitely listen to my heart more than I do my head, so I will agree with that. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you can't see, touch, or experience. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna agree rather, because I don't really know what that means. So you usually would prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. Now, I'm not gonna lie, because it's a personality test. Give me a second to reset the camera. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, because this is a personality test, and there will be no point in lying. So, I like to get my revenge more than I would want to admit. I will slightly agree, because it's not every single occasion that I want to get revenge. Like, if someone's fucked me over in just a normal way, then I normally will forgive them and decide whether I want to keep them in my life or get rid of them. But sometimes I do, as I say, I listen to my head more than my heart. And my head is like fucking angry. And so I want revenge, and that is that, unfortunately. I definitely need to get better with understanding that people aren't perfect. And just kind of forgive people. You often make decisions on a whim. I think a whim's just like a quick thing. Like, you just think about it and you need to do it. Agree slightly, because sometimes I will be very, very anxious on doing things. For example, I've got a great example for you here. In school, I was a very, very anxious person. I didn't like to get that across, and I don't think many people knew that. But I was. Every single day, I shat myself near enough. Like, I nearly threw up every morning before I went to school. That's how nervous I was. And just like answering a question or asking a question in school, like putting my hand up, that took so much out of me because I didn't want to sound stupid. I worried about what other people thought of me. I don't so much anymore, which is great. But essentially, I had a 5-second window where if I didn't make that decision to put my hand up, and then I just wouldn't do it. And it's the same with quite a few things. Like if I was to just ask a question in general, or say something to somebody, or just do something that's a little bit scary to me, I now have a rule where I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it. And if I don't do it after I say 1, I won't do it. And that's simple because my brain is allowed to kick in and make a decision on whether that scares me or not. It's weird. If you do I think it's like a book. It's like a 5-second rule. And if you do it backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, your brain I don't know what it is. It's something to do with your brain where if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're so used to that your brain almost doesn't have to think about it. And so it can think about what you're about to do. Whereas if you do it backwards, your brain isn't quite as used to it. So it has to pay attention and make sure that you're getting it right. And so therefore it doesn't have time to kick in and think this is a bad decision. You're going to be scared doing this. This is bad. It's going to go horribly wrong and fill your head with all these bad things. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And so I do often, I will go to agree because I do often make decisions on a whim because I have to, otherwise I just won't make them and I'll hide away from them. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than time you spend with other people. Now, I feel like the time I spend by myself is the time that I grow the most, which may be weird to some people, but as I said before, it allows me to get in my head and have some proper thinking time and just think where I want to go with my life, what I want to do, what I'm not happy with currently and what I am happy with currently. And then it allows you to kind of think, you know what, I'm not happy with this. Why am I not happy with this? Why am I not doing this? Obviously, I like spending time with other people, people that I know. So I will go slightly disagree. But yeah, I loved spending time by myself. I love my own company. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or a movie. Now, this is an interesting one. There's a song going around recently called Deathbed. And essentially, people have been doing it on TikTok and using it as kind of like a summery vibe and a positivity. When in reality, that song is one of the saddest songs that I've actually heard. It's essentially about a man on his deathbed. And I believe he's apologizing to his partner for leaving her. And saying thank you for the time that they've spent together and that he is thankful for it. And I feel like I do like, looking into the meaning of a song. It gives it a fresh perspective for me. Also, the fact that I don't want to look like a tit when I'm using it for the wrong reason. But yeah. So I will go agree on that one. You always know exactly what you want. No. Does anybody always know exactly what they want? I'll go disagree. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Now, sometimes it's cool to go back and think, what about if I did this instead of this? But there's no need to go back and torture yourself over it. So I'm going to slightly disagree because it's not I rarely. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. I've realized I do this subconsciously now. So when I'm walking to the office, I don't go through the middle of town because I think loads of people are going to be there, which is weird. I definitely do that subconsciously because I didn't actually realize I did it until the other day. So yeah, I don't really know. So I'm going to go agree. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. Now, this is something that I need to get better at because I'm never really present. There's been quite a few times where I've just been let's just sit back and just look where I am. Look at everything that I've gone through and look, I'm still here. Look where I am. And just be present. I've got this cool ass office. I've got a job. I'm being paid. I've got some good friends around me. Life is good. But that's not what I think about 99% of the time. It's always like, oh, what's happening in 10 minutes? What's happening in 2 days? What's happening in a week, a month, a year, whatever it may be. I'm never really present. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go disagree with that. I do need to become more present with it. But yeah, just something to work on. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I'm going to massively disagree there. I don't have to have experienced what the person's going through. It's just understanding that that's a hard or a good time for these people, and this is their feelings towards it. And you know what? If you're happy, I'm embrace it with you. I'm embrace your feelings and big you up and, you know, be happy for you. And if you're sad, then I'm going to be there for you, and I'm try and make you feel better. That's it. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. It's like I said before, I like to make plans now in my videos. So I will agree with that. I'm going to just normally agree because I'm only just starting to get into this. So we'll see what it's like in a month. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Now, this kind of goes back to what I was talking about before. Okay, I realized how deep and personal this got, and yeah. On to the answer. So, sadly, I will go agree. I definitely need to get out of that habit, and I don't know. It's a very negative thinking process. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking a conversation? Definitely not. No chance. I'm introverted, ladies and gentlemen. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios nearly every single day, to be honest. We're going to go massively agree. You look after yourself first and others come in second. Now, it's going to look bad because I'm bigging myself up here. But this is the truth. I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to lie in this quiz because there's no point in taking it. So, no, disagree with it. Sorry. Yeah. And again, this got very deep and personal very quickly. Let's skip to the answer. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. That's me right now. I'm trying to give myself a routine of like wake up, go out, get home, work out, shower, eat, work out, do an ab workout, go to the office, come home, then you can chill. But like, it works for the first 2 days, then I just completely ditch it. As I said, like I don't want to be planning out every single minute of every single day, but I need to keep my head busy. Your mood can change very quickly. I'm going to slightly agree. Like anger-wise, yes, it can. I won't lie. I don't have anger issues, but if someone comes up to me and... It's not like if someone comes up to me and they call me a prick, I'll go, that's fine, that's your opinion on me. It's more like if I go on Twitter and I see what's happening in the world, I can quickly change. Very, very quickly change. That is the one time that I will get upset, is when I'm looking at the world and I see what a fucking state it is. Yeah, and it can get you down. Of course it can. I can also quickly change from being really depressed to really happy. I feel like I really sometimes just don't want to be in that situation. I can catch it very quickly, but sometimes I can also just fall into a trap without realizing. And then if someone messages me like, hey, do you want to do this or that? I'll very quickly be like, yes, let's do it. Because I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be depressed and down and feel like shit. That's it. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. I do, to be honest. I find it very fascinating. Like, why is there a reason as to why we are here? Like, have we been put on this earth on purpose? So I agree with that one. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. To people that I'm close with, yes, I do. To other people, I just feel like they don't give a fuck. Why would they? They get on with their own life. I get on with mine. You have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years. No. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Yeah, pretty much. What's the point? They're just going to make you feel like shit. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. It really does. I need a nap after I've been around people for a long time. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. I think a realist is making shit happen, whereas a visionary is like planning everything out. So, no. I don't like to plan everything out, though. Wait, is that what it is? 1 minute, let me just double check this. Sorry, no. A realist is accepting a situation as it is and being prepared to deal with it accordingly. So what's a visionary then? No, I'm a realist. If stuff goes wrong at the end of the day. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. I've already answered this pretty much. Yeah, it's very easy for me. I don't have to experience something to see their feelings and empathize with them. Yeah, super easy. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Now, I'm going to go slightly disagree now. If we answered this about 4 months ago, it would have been up here. Last one, or last like slide. Your emotions control you more than you control them. This goes back to the depression kind of thing, because like, I'm going to slightly disagree. Because if I'm depressed, I can snap out of it when I need to. Which is good, obviously. Anxiety I've managed to control slightly. Obviously, it's always going to be there and it's always going to affect me, but I'm slightly getting there. I'm slowly getting there. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Fully disagree. No, thank you. I want to go to bed or do something I enjoy. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement can change everyday life. Definitely. Imagine robots. How that's going to change everyday life. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Yeah, that's just a basic human attribute. Like, if you can't do that, then you're kind of a shit human. I guess sometimes anger comes in the way of that, and sometimes your emotions can come in the way of that, but 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I will consider other people's feelings before I do or say something. You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart. I mean, that all depends. That's a little bit vague. Because at the end of the day, if someone says, will you marry me? And you say yes, and then you have a change of heart, you're probably not going to stick to that one. If we're talking normal commitments, then yeah. I mean, it depends really. What is a change of heart? Is it that they fucked you over or that you're just not feeling it anymore? I'll go slightly agree. You rarely feel insecure. What a fucking banger. Fully disagree. Anyway, results. Okay, we're gonna go into this one. So obviously everybody feels insecure at some point or another, okay? That's just how it is. Nobody is always feeling good about themselves. And that's hence why we work out, to make ourselves look better. We do a diet to make ourselves look better. Some people meditate to be a little bit more patient. Some people, I don't know, get work done on them to make them feel better about themselves. That's it. And so obviously it's a difficult question to answer. I quite often feel insecure, but at the end of the day, something that I am slowly reminding myself of every day is I'm 20 years old, and that's okay. It's okay not to feel good every single day, because that would be weird. Some days I get out of bed and I come to the office, and when I get into the office, I'm like this because I'm fucking shitting it. I've had a panic attack on the way, or I feel like crap. And that's not as, everybody feels sorry for me, because that's most people. Most people some days will go out of their house and feel worried and feel anxious. That's life. Whereas other days we'll go out and we'll feel like we're on top of the world and we'll feel good about ourselves. At the end of the day, humans do most of their growth between the ages of 15 and 25. So according to that, I'm halfway through that. I'm only 5 years. And you know what? In 5 years' time, when I'm fully grown as a human, if I still don't feel that great, so be it. I'm not going to be harsh on myself. I'm not going to be just angry with myself about that feeling. I'm not going to judge it. That's how it is. If I feel insecure, that's okay. At the end of the day, as the saying goes, it's okay not to be okay. Anyway, we're going to see the results. Just a moment. Let's check this. Mind, 81% introverted. That's about right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I can sometimes be extroverted when I'm out with friends, but introverted, 81%, about right. Intuitive, 60%. Okay, so it's done without conscious thought kind of thing. So you just do it when you think about it. Yeah, it's back to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Just do it before you even have time to think about it. 60%, okay, that's fair enough. 74% feeling over 26% thinking, that's about right. As I said, I trust my heart more than I do my head. 67% prospecting over 33% judging. 1 minute. So I'm like planning out my work, essentially. Like looking for ideas and stuff. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I like that. This trait underpins all show identity. 53% turbulent, 47% assertive. Isn't that like I'm not confident in myself? Characterized by conflict, disorder, or confusion. Not stable or calm. Okay. I'm a little bit... Okay, no, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'll give it. Yeah. Fair enough. Start reading. I'm a mediator. So mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people and events, searching for ways to make things better. In people, yeah, yeah. In myself, not so much, and in some certain events, not so much, but in people. While they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Compromising just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type, but when they feel like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. That's bang on. That is bang on. Like, quite a few people misunderstand me. Being a part of the diplomat role group, mediators are guided by their principles. Yeah, so like how they were raised, rather than by... Wow, yeah, that... Jesus Christ. Rather than by logic, excitement, or practicality. When deciding how to move forward, they will look to honor beauty, morality, and virtue. Yeah. Mediators are led by the purity of their intent, not rewards and punishments. Jesus. People who share the mediator personality type are proud of this quality, and rightly so, but not everyone understands the drive behind these feelings, and it can lead to isolation. Yes, it can. Wow, okay. Understanding themselves and their place in this world is important, and they explore these ideas by projecting themselves into their work. Bang on. Exactly that. I think that's where we're going to leave it. Wow, that's very accurate, though. That's very accurate. That's weirdly accurate. So I will leave this test in the description down below if you guys want to go check it out and do it for yourselves. Tweet me your results at @thegamer_reacts. Link in the description as well. I'll be interested to see what you guys get. That was very accurate for me. I'm not going to lie. Like, very accurate. But there we are then, guys. This is where we're going to end this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, then please smash the like button. Comment what it is down below. Subscribe. Share the video around. I would love to get in a little community. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.